Nestled in the hills of Virginia, we're touching the Hokie Stone, means remembering the legends who formed the foundation of a power. Names like Vic and Beamer, and a lunch pail mentality that applies to the Virginia Tech Hokies. We've got a top 25 matchup on hand. Two of the premier teams in the land looking to make a statement that will resonate. As we'll see, the number 14 team in the country, the Penn State Nittany Lions, taking on the 22nd ranked team in the land, the Virginia Tech Hokies. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. And the Hokies will kick it away to start us off. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kick. He'll be stopped at the 17. This crowd trying to show them what it's going to be like all day in this house. They'll try to get the edge with the toss play here. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
They've got him then deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. The run to the left. Danced his way through traffic, pick up a 4 to the 19.
Offensive linemen love to run the power. Why? You run power. You run power. Then you can play action. You don't want that defense to be sitting there saying, it's a pass, having to pass block every play. You've got to keep defenses off balance.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. Got room on the return. Touchdown, Hokies! How about that D coming up with a play like that?
And that is not the start this offense wanted. You're trying to come out, you're trying to create some momentum and get a rhythm and consistency, but you throw the pick 6 early, put yourself in a hole, not good.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick 6. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do, because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
The Nittany Lions have a first down.
I'll tell you guys, this fullback, he's not just a blocker. He can catch the football, and he can also run it, especially on 3rd down. What a weapon.
They'll put it in play from the 27, first down. From the gun, the running back has it. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And when you play defensive end, it's all about getting off the football. You can tell, gets off the football really fast, gets in the backfield, gets the running back before he knows what hit him. What a play by the defensive end.
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. He's looking to throw. Catch in the middle, it's Marks. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
Great job by the quarterback thrown against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receiver. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him open.
They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. The Nittany Lions send out the punt unit. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. A couple of yards short of the first down in your own territory, but they are going to go for it on 4th. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41.
How's that for being aggressive? Early in the game, 4th down, in your own territory, and you go for it. And then your offense is able to come up with the big play, generate a ton of momentum, and stay on the field. That is impressive.
Quickly out to the tight end. He stops him at the 31, but not before. He picks up 10 yards on the play. No reason to panic when you see those extra bodies coming. Just find the big tight end.
Well, and the great ones do that. I think the great ones are okay. You want to blitz? I know my answers. I'm all right. I'll stay patient. Find the matchup. This time it was the tight end. Finds the tight end, throws a strike, gets the first down.
Quick release by the QB. Guys, in basketball through the years, we've seen the Big Ten ACC Challenge, and it'll be fun to watch this one on the football field.
I think this is going to be a real test of physicality. I know these are two conferences that pride themselves on that, going out and establishing the line of scrimmage. So, David, interesting X's and O's matchup here in this one.
Yeah, and it's always cool to have those measuring stick opponents. Like, once we start getting deeper in the season and start having the comparison game, well, you have a matchup, a big matchup of a Big Ten school versus an ACC school. This will be used in the college football playoff criteria.
Ball spotted at the 27. They're facing a 3rd and long to try to keep their hopes of a touchdown alive. Looking to throw. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Well, on 3rd and short and field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on 4th down.
And the Nittany Lions will try to convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Dumps it to the back. Complete and looking for enough for the first down. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. Really good job there. Don't force anything. Take your time, and he finds his man for the first down.
Yeah, and I think really good job by seeing the defense. Understand that they're dropping back. They're taking away most things. All right, get the ball to my running back. He can make plays after he catches it. Nice job by the quarterback seeing the situation and where to go with the football.
They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. On the run, it's Marks. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
Give to the fullback. And he'll be smacked to the ground.
Man, it has been a long drive offensively. I just feel like you've got to pay this off and be aggressive. You're down close. Punch it in for a touchdown here, Paulo.
Yeah, and inside the 3-yard line, I think I might try to finish this off with a touchdown. I ate up a ton of clock, wore these guys out. Now they'd have to go the length of the field if I missed.
They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work.
Love the coverage on defense there. 4th down. They're ready for the pass. You saw in the back end, great job being in position to make that play. And now their offense is coming on the field.
And they picked up 9 on 1st down. It'll bring up 2nd and short.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on 1st down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. On 2nd down, wants to throw it.
The quarterback is brought down for a sack. A loss of 9 on the play. That's the end of the 1st quarter. With the score, Virginia Tech 7, Penn State 0.
Now facing a 3rd down as they line up after the break. Backed up in their own end, maybe a quick hitter. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. The Hokies will line up to punt it away.
In punt formation to kick it away.
He gets it away from his own end zone. He'll take it on the return. And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit.
All right, let's go return, guys. You've got to do a better job with ball security. You know these coverage unit teams, they got 50-yard runs at you. They're coming in with a big head of steam. If you're not making a miss, you've got to have 2 hands on the ball.
The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On 1st down, finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. They'll try to bully their way for the 1st. Still running at the 40. He's off to the races. He's at the 20. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! There's a reason they call this dude a big playmaker. Moments just like that one.
Big-time playmaker. Can make plays all over the field from all different spots. That's why you got to find ways to give him touches as much as possible, because he'll make it happen.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm. Got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive. So they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
Quarterback wants to throw on 2nd down. Makes the grab over the middle. And they pick up just a few on that completion. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
And the Hokies will have it 1st and 10. Quarterback checking off. They'll throw it on 1st down. Coming after him. He'll try to do it himself. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
On 2nd down, he'll fire. Fires downfield. Reacted well to the tip, but just couldn't squeeze the football. Instead of the turnover, it'll be 3rd down. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. What a job to lay out and make the catch.
Man, that's a tough play to make. When you're that far down the field and you're trying to control your body and run as you're laying out, that's a really great effort, really good concentration, and that is how you make your quarterback look really good.
Had to work to pick up 3 down to the 33-yard line.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding him the ball so he can break some of those big runs, but I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
He works his way down to the 30-yard line before he stopped a gain of 3.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you could tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
Working that left side now. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving. It's now 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. Motion trying to get the defense to show his hand. Got his man on the outside. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down.
Guys out in the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right.
Got enough space, and he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Virginia Tech. There have been miniseries, novels, movies, long-form plays that have been over in shorter period of time than that drive. That was a marathon.
And that's just so frustrating when you're a defensive guy, time and time again, trying to get the stops, and they just keep making the plays, and they punch it in for a touchdown. Demoralizing.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. He'll take the deep shot. Fires into traffic. Intercepted. And they'll close in on him after a good return.
by Virginia Tech.
And that's got to feel good, and that's a play this young man is never going to forget. His first interception of the season. Great job reading the QB's eyes and getting to the football.
Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can build on this lead before the break. All the way down at the 33-yard line, it's 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Throws to the tight end. Got his man downfield. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a 1st and goal from the 10. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. Getting some heat. Quarterback adapting. He just threw it away. The last thing you want to do is try to force something on 1st down in the red zone. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He wants it all. Touchdown, Hokies! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
One thing this team has shown early this year, it does not take them long to find their footing. They get off to fast starts. That was critical for them, winning their first game, and you've seen it here in this one too. They show up ready to go. There's no sleepwalking. I think you got to give this coaching staff a ton of credit for putting their players in good positions to have success.
That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. Running out of time here in the first half, and they do have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best players and get them the football on this drive. You're down in the game. There's obviously a lot of football left, David, but on this drive, in this 2-minute situation, best players got to touch the ball.
And this could get into pressing mode, right? Like you go into the half down a couple of scores, it starts to, the pressure really mounts. Good opportunity to take some of that pressure off, get some momentum, energize this squad going into halftime.
Well, on that last play, you'd like to see the quarterback be a little bit more accurate and give his guy a chance to make the play. That ball wasn't even close to his intended target's body.
And back to the air on 2nd down. And the pass is incomplete and charged loose by the hit. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. On the move, he fires. Misses again. It's incomplete, and that's 3 in a row.
This quarterback is really struggling in this game with decisions and also accuracy. He's already been picked off multiple times, and that time, that was a bad underthrow. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
Three straight incompletions, and undaunted, they'll go for it on 4th and 10. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Looking to the big tight end. And it's knocked away, and they don't convert on 4th down.
Aggressive. You want to be aggressive, you want to take chances, and you tell your team about it all week, and you come out, you get an opportunity in the first half to go for it on 4th down. You shot your shot. The problem is now you put your defense in a bad situation early in this game where you're going to have to try to find a way to get a stop and create some momentum.
Well, they're leading by 2 possessions offensively, and that could have been a game-changing play right there. That's a throw the quarterback would like to have back. He's very lucky that was not intercepted.
On 2nd down, he's looking downfield. Dumps it off in the flats. Won't back down from anyone. Delivers the blow and gets it to the 29.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
Got him downfield. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game. This offense has put on a display in the first half, and they have a chance to tack another one on before the break. Swings it out to his running back. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Virginia Tech.
Love the thought process by the quarterback here on this play. Nobody open in the end zone. Find your check down. find the running back. He does that, and once this guy's got the ball in his hands, he shows you that elusiveness and his ability to sniff out the end zone.
They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. He's going to bring it out from deep. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor. Makes the catch on the left. And he breaks into the open. Past the 10. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Penn State!
Man, nice job getting the passing game going. This is big, man. Going to the half, and listen, I know you're trailing, but building some momentum. Maybe this second half we can keep airing the football out, cutting into this deficit, and who knows what the heck will happen.
Virginia Tech, 28. Penn State, 14.
On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Just over 20 seconds to play in the half. You just don't want to make a big mistake here. They're going to open this drive with a pass. He's going to let one fly down the middle. It's complete. A huge pickup. Touchdown, Hokies. And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
And this offense is clicking. Another touchdown. Didn't have to go far for this drive, but this offense is doing what they want, how they want, when they want.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. The kick is good, but the penalty flag indicates we've got a roughing the kicker call coming. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. No shot to return that one as he boomed it out of the back of the end zone. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Trying to start the drive with a pass. How about getting the foot down on that throw for the big completion?
That's exactly what you're trying to get accomplished. You got to make sure on all these runs, clock running down, get out of bounds, right? Get some positive yards and then stop that clock.
They couldn't draw up a better way to start a drive, and now they've got it 1st and 10 from the 41. He wants to throw. Looking for a deep man. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
Well, at this juncture in the game, with how the scoreboard looks, no question this offense is going to have to throw to get back in the game, and it's going to be tricky now because the defense is expecting it. You're going to throw into a lot of big zone coverages with everybody.
Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. The Nittany Lions will line up to kick off and start the second half. Oh, he's going to take a chance. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
And they'll line up from the 31 on 1st down. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. Looking to go up top on 1st down. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Offense gets set for 2nd down.
Defense, man, it helps you a lot when you can be a linebacker or a corner or safety, anybody, and you see the QB throw the football. Now I can break on the football right away and limit gains like right here on this play. In halftime in this locker room, there's a lot of positive things to talk about. You got the lead. But you know what else will be positive, Palmer? Get the running game going early in this second half.
You're absolutely right here, and I think this coaching staff is going to try to put this game on the offensive line a little bit. Let these guys take this thing over, be physical, and push this defense around.
And he's brought down after a nice game.
This is going to be a big key for him, David, with the lead here in the second half, running the football, right? Staying on the field and bleeding the clock.
And run the football, you're ahead, you can be a little bit more conservative. But again, this opens up the pass. This keeps everything in balance for this offense.
And he left that one short, tried to baby it in there. He's got to turn it loose. Let's see what they've got on second down. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Trying play action. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down.
That's what this defense has to do, guys. They've got to knock this quarterback down to the ground. He's already thrown a couple of TDs. The only way you're going to stop that is with good quarterback pressure.
He'll pull it down and run. And he is not going to get there as the defense gets him on the ground.
This is why third down is so difficult for quarterbacks, because the defense substitutes. They put faster guys on the field, and they've got all of their different exotic looks they've been game planning all week for, some things you haven't seen on film yet, and it confuses your offensive line. It confuses you, and you're out here just trying to make plays, trying to do something right to get a first down. Wasn't able to gain a lot there.
35, Penn State, 14.
The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. Going up top on first down. Finds his man. It's Figueroa. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here. They're going to run it. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down.
No gain on the play. And first down for the offense.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. Good timing on the quick out. Makes the catch and knock down. The Nittany Lions want to pick up the tempo. He's looking for an open man on second down. Trying to make magic with his feet. And he's brought down, but a flag is also down. You don't see that penalty too often, but we see it here, an illegal forward pass. They're facing a third down. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. And it's caught at the 10. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Nittany Lions!
Number 0.
And I think in the pre-snap, I think both of these guys were on the same page. They had a look defensively that let them know we can pitch this thing way down the field. I'm going to go run under it and make a big play for it.
Yeah, and when I'm the receiver, I'm like, I'm open, right? I'm going straight down the field. Throw me the football. I got the speed. I can beat this guy. You can tell they've done that so much in practice. They knew it was second nature, and they executed it perfectly.
First down for this offense. Running back searching for a hole. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage.
And nowhere to run on that play at all.
About all you can say is do better. But that's the problem. Are they able to do better?
And that's why you keep trying things, right? Keep trying to get on the perimeter, run it up the middle, try different things to see what you do well.
Moves away as he feels pressure. On the run, fires downfield. He fires back across the field, and it's intercepted. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
It's really hard when that quarterback gets outside the pocket because it cuts off half of the field. Once he starts to roll out, everybody starts to sprint to the other side of the field. You know you're not going to throw it across your body going to the right. Great job on the defense closing it off and making the interception.
And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
When you're a defense, it is stop the run first. That is your first responsibility. It makes the whole game easy. And right now, they got it going on the ground. The defense is going to have to change something up. These little tiny dink and dunk, dink and dunk. You keep doing this, they'll go all the way down the field on you, so you might want to get a little bit more aggressive.
Trying to escape and get it himself. Just outside the red zone as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 22.
I'll tell you, this guy can just take games over. He can just make things happen when it doesn't look like anything's there. That time they go RPO. They're expecting to throw the football and have to make a play, but nobody's open. This is like Sandlot football. He just tucks the ball himself, and he goes and gets it. He knows where he is on the field. He knows where he needs to get that first down. He's just playing above the X's and O's right now.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
They'll go back to the air on second down. Got it! And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Penn State!
And it's now the second time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
The AT unit on the field. They tack on the extra point, and they're down a touchdown, 35-28. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The kickoff team out there to boot it away and 15 yards farther up the field after the roughing the kicker penalty. Not going to give him a chance to make a play as they boot that thing through the end zone. First down here for the offense. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Quick pass on the fly motion. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
He threw that one with some serious heat. This senior quarterback doesn't need a lot of space to get it in there. From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. He'll ride his man on the option. He'll toss it. And that defense doesn't allow a cutback, and they get him out of bounds after a short gain.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a first down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest. Pound that rock.
He's looking for a man on second down. He hurls one deep down the left side. Pulls it in inside the 10. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Virginia Tech. This dude is just running amok for the Hokies, both through the air and on the ground.
He's just doing some serious damage. And whether it's running, whether it's throwing, this guy has been on point, making you think of some great names like Mike Vick back in the day that just electrified Virginia Tech fans.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Cross the 30 out to the 33 and gains 4 on the play. The give to the back. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Wants to throw on third down. Still looking on the move. At midfield, he's got room. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41.
It's just so hard to stop. There is no rhyme. There is no reason. He just scrambles around, makes people miss, and the next thing you know, you look up and he's 20, 30 yards down the field, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Looking to buy time. Got room to work. All kinds of running room. They make the stop, but barely, and they might need to regroup as we have come to the end of the third quarter. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. On the run, it's Marks. Not a lot of room down here. He's able to pick up 2. It's down at the 12. Operating in the red zone here on second down. He's looking to throw. And it's an incomplete pass over the middle.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. He caught it. Goes out of bounds on the play, and he's got him set up first and goal. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. On the move. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. And the D deny them on second and goal. Grab behind the line. It's Spears. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
Important in the passing game that it's not just receivers doing all the work. You got to get running backs involved. You got to get your big fellas. You got to get the tight ends going too.
They'll try to pass it in on third and goal. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They've been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. And that's why the ball falls incomplete.
Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete. And that is a heartbreaker this late in the game. First and 10 from inside their own 5. You got to take care of the ball, but there is room to take a shot here. With jet sweep pass. Really nice gain. Gets it out across the 20. It'll be a first down at the 22. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll try the run. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. And this set of downs gets started from the 33, first and 10. Takes the handoff, and he's going right. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, second and 7.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. He's going to throw deep right side. It's caught. And what a job to get the foot down and make it a huge gain along the sideline.
Well, I tell you, man, this guy's been putting on a show all game long. We've seen his decision-making. We've seen his athleticism. Because of him, they've got this huge lead in the fourth quarter. So why stop throwing it? Just keep it going when the going's good.
Loses 4. Second down coming up.
Lost yardage leaves them looking at 2nd and 14. Fast motion from the offense. They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. Defense there to make the stop after a pickup of 2 to the 30. Coming to the line of scrimmage at the 30. It would be a long field goal, but they'd love to pick up a few here on 3rd and long. On the run, still looking. Finds space on the right. And another big game for this offense. They are putting explosive pass after explosive pass up in this one. The Hokies have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Forges ahead for 1 to the 8-yard line.
And that's really nice offensively because you're in the red zone. You do have an opportunity to add to your lead here, but you're staying in bounds. I think the clock right now is the most important thing. How can we keep this thing ticking away? By going down in bounds, you're doing exactly that.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Yeah, and your first job is to affect the quarterback and try to get him off his spot. They get him off his spot, he gets outside the pocket, and a nice job chasing, not quitting, getting to the quarterback, and still getting a good lick as he's throwing the football.
Quick completion on the out route. Touchdown, Hokie! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. BYU has the lead right now, but this LaVell Edwards Stadium crowd is restless. They just haven't been able to separate themselves yet today. They're up by 11 over Stanford. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. And he was finding space, and he took it all the way back to the 22. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. And the Hokies have pushed it inside the 20. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Flushed out of the pocket. Quarterback tried to scramble around for a while, but the defense able to bring him down. 3rd play of the drive, and they need to make something happen here on 3rd and long. Leaves it with the back. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Virginia Tech. And the pummeling has started.
And another good touchdown drive by this offense. And how about the start to the season? Blowout win in game 1. Blowout win looking like in game 2. This unit's clicking. They're looking like a team that will be reckoned with when the playoffs start late in the year.
28.
So much for the touchback. Here he comes. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look,
and it's picked off for the 4th time today. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it, squeezing it. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time, but you always remember your first interception. They'll always remember this moment.
Brings up second and goal.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge. They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of settling for 3, but it is 3rd and goal. Pocket starts to collapse. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming. And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal. Smashes it between the uprights. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the meaty kind. They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. And he's going to run it back. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Well, this has pretty much been an evisceration, an old-fashioned stomp, trying to beat the D deep. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on 1st down.
It leads to second down.
After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on 2nd down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's able to shed 1 tackle, but still, just a very short gain.
And I think this offense is all but surrendered, right? Like, they're down so much. They need to be throwing the football if they want to score a bunch of points to get back in this game. But they got to find something moving forward, man. This was a rough day. This was not a great offensive performance. They got to bounce back the next opportunity, the next moment. Because today, oof, it was not a good day.
And the defense knew exactly where that 1st down line was, and they stopped him short.
And this defense is more than happy with the offense running the football. They've done a great job today. I mean, they've really made this offense work so hard, earn everything they've gotten, and that's why this lead is ballooned like it has.
The incomplete pass makes this series end in frustration as they turn it over on downs. The offense lining up for a 1st down play. They'll leave it with him. And into the end zone. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
Someone say run the clock. Someone say I don't need to add points. But here's the thing. It's your job to stop them on defense. Now listen, the handshakes, they might get a little bit interesting after this game, but the offense did their job.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Oh, he's going to go for the return. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Quarterback stands alone, all wide receivers. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. Takes a shot as he lets it go. And the pass is incomplete, and the ball game is complete. The old coaching cliche, go 1-0 every week, and for the first week, they get it done.
great start to the season. That's what you want. You want to come out, find a way to win. Was it perfect? Absolutely not. You're going to find things to work on throughout the season. But 1-0, that's where you wanted to be.
And I think if you're the coaching staff of this winning team, you've got to like what you've just seen. First game of the year, there was tremendous effort on the field. Guys flying around, flying to the football, trying to make the plays necessary to win this game. They definitely made a few mistakes, but that's what practice is for. And if you're the coaching staff, I think you're very, very positive